YouTube family. What is going on, my friends? Happy Sunday. Uh, God bless all of you. I hope you're having a great day. Hope you're spending it with your family. There is just literally way too much information I'm trying to get through and comprehend and understand, and it is a lot. Uh, I'm gonna make this is actually. I should probably just stop saying it. I don't know. A lot of you guys probably haven't seen a lot of my older videos, but literally every video I'm like, it's going to be short. Never is. But this one I'm going to try to keep completely short. I'm going to go to screen only here so that you guys can see. Okay. I I want you guys to do some research, and I just want to show you a few things that are just super weird. And like I said, I'm still trying to process a lot of this information. So it's the ties are so deep and they're so crazy, right? I had a gentleman on my Twitter. Um, his name was Mouse. If you guys are over here watching my videos from Twitter, he had posted that the Wayback Machine, which I don't know if you guys are aware what that is. It is basically like a an archive, a screenshot of people upload internet URLs, and it takes a snapshot of all the metadata and everything that is on there, right? Well, he showed me in 2023, even though I've showed you guys that on their historical data on a lot of these, it goes back way farther. He showed me that it doesn't show up on the snapshots there. Okay. So if you go to Google and you go to Wayback Machine, and then if you're on investing.com, right, and you're searching for these currencies, the VND, the IRR, the IQD, and the IDR, and you go here and you input those, like every single one of these snapshots that I've seen, and you can go click on any of these, right? Any of these snapshots that I've shown you on those days that the historical data shows the price was different, it's not here. None of it's here. Like, and I'm looking at snapshots. Look, I'm looking at snapshots from 2024. Okay. So let's go to the last snapshot on October. And this is where I'm trying to piece together some information because there is something really, really funky going on. And I can't quite figure out why or what or understand pretty much any of it. It's very, it's very complicated. And what I'm trying to put together is the people who founded it, their investors, the companies they owned before it, who funded them, who has invested in it, what countries they're tied to, if they have any banking ties. I mean, it's really strange. Even some of these snapshots, the data shows up super weird like this. It doesn't make any sense. Like I just clicked on, today's date, and there's only one capture for some of these. It doesn't show anything, right? So let's go to VND because we can see here, I'll show you guys on the daily, right? We see all of this data going all the way back. This is all the way back to May of 2024, right? We have all this data here. We can see the days ranges and everything. One thing I will point out too that I found very, very interesting is when we see these changes on these things, look at the technicals. The technicals are showing like the indicators would if it was completely up almost 1,000,000%, right? Strong sell. That makes sense because it's up almost 1,000,000%. So obviously it'd be a strong sell if you were invested in that. But keep in mind, most of these are not on Forex. They're not, uh, there's not demand for it. They're not traded a whole lot. Okay. Um, but if we were to go here, and I'll show you guys exactly what to do. If you have time today, you go do this. And you can collective minds, let's figure this out, right? So I'm going to search for the VND. which is strange because I had just taken a snapshot yesterday and it does not show up. I haven't even looked at this yet, but it is not here. There was two. There was one on the 23rd and then there was one on the 24th. Obviously, I didn't do the 24th because it's early in the morning here and I just woke up, but I did one yesterday. So where did it go? I'm just seeing that for the first time. Where did it go? Okay, but let's go to October 2nd. We'll hit the snapshot here. Okay, this is the price. Shows right here on October 2nd. And if we go back and we look here what the price was on October 2nd, on October 2nd, the data shows it was 0.40, right? You can see that on your screen. The data shows it closed the day at 0.40. But when we go here to the snapshot, what is it? Right? Do we see any of the day's ranges? Do we see the technicals matching up? Do we see any of that? Like, no, the ranges are not there. If we were to go, let's go to the second and see. Where is it? Right there. Okay. This is for, I just clicked on the second, and it should be showing that. If we go into the technical data again, and we match up here on the second, what does it show? Okay, I'll zoom in again just to show you guys. This is why it's so weird and I'm having such a hard time compiling this information because it doesn't make sense to me. So right there is October 2nd. And this is on the daily. If we go into the 1 hour, it's like we have no information other than this down here, right? It's just weird. It's weird how none of the information correlates. But what does correlate is there seems to be glitches across the board, across everything. So how come it doesn't show any of this? I'm going to try something. I'm going to switch to cam only so you guys don't see my login and stuff. But I am going to try to log in to my account and see if I can see my snapshot that I just took yesterday. My uploads. I'm going to switch back. Oops, wrong one, sorry. Okay, so this is weird. I know for a fact I archived stuff yesterday. I even posted on my Twitter that I did. To Mouse, specifically, I was telling him I did. Really weird. I don't want to upload files, but here, watch, I'm going to do this. I'm going to right now do a web archive for you guys. You're going to watch me do it live, and let's see if it sticks. Let's see if we go back tomorrow, if it's still there, okay? I'm going to copy the URL. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to paste it, okay? Save screenshot, save also, okay? And email me. So let's save the page. You guys are going to watch me save it right now live, okay? Well, I guess not live because I'm recording, but here's what I find really interesting. I did research into the people who made Wayback, heavily connected from what I can see to investing.com's region that they are in, if you know what I mean. The guy who made the Wayback Machine also invented Alexa and sold it to Amazon, okay? Has Alexa Internet, was originally what it was in like 1999 or something like that. Okay, I looked into this dude. This is his name, right? I looked into this. I looked into this. I looked into all of his partners. You can see I have all of these open, and this is just the beginning of me doing research. I've been doing research since yesterday and today, probably, I don't even know, 6 hours maybe of just straight digging, and I can't compute any of it in my brain. I don't know if my brain's just burnt out or what, but it's super weird. Okay. Even more weird that I know for sure I did a screenshot yesterday and it is not there. I archived yesterday and it is not there. Why? And then the archives from this year, okay, and you can go back and look through all the months and stuff. They don't have any of that data. Done. Okay? Snapshot was captured. This is the same page I got before, yet it's not there. So let's go to something I found interesting. We're going to go really quick to the IDR. And what I did here is I copied, go here, we'll paste it. All right. I decided to go back to when some of these currencies switched and try to see if there was anything I could find, right? I found this really, really interesting. This is the IDR, all right? And I'll link this really quickly, kind of off topic, same thing, but let's type in the Jakarta news IDR redenomination, okay? So this is from June 24th, 2023. Are we finally zeroing in on rupiah redenomination? The central bank had long been ready to slash 3 zeros off the national currency and was simply waiting for the right time to do it, its governor said. Once again, June 24th, 2023. Okay? Then it goes into here. Bank of Indonesia said the implementation of a long-ready plan to slash some zeros off the national currency is waiting for, in quotes, the appropriate time. And then here's the Bank of Indonesia governor, okay? Regarding redenomination, we have been ready for a while. Noting that this readiness included the design and introductory strategy for the new currency, which means a new paper bill redenominated with a new design and a strategy behind it for the introduction. Okay, and you can keep looking into all of this and everything, and I hope you do. But I just wanted to show you that first because I found this snapshot on April 15th, 2021 was interesting. I'll show you what was interesting about it. Can you see this comment here from this guy? September 17th, 2019. Okay, people were kind of talking crap about the rupiah. Someone called it low class value or something, and this guy goes, right now you said low class. Just see 5 years ahead, ... September 17th, 2019. What's 5 years from that? September 17th, 2024. What a weird comment to be saved in the metadata, right? Like, what a weird snapshot that's there. And if we go back and we're here in 2021, there's only 3 snapshots. It's just, I thought that was super strange, okay? Now, I'm going to come back to all of this in another video because, like I said, I have all of this to look into, and each of these takes me to something else, right? One thing I found was looking into investing.com through Amazon Alexa Internet's web browser stuff, which I found. I know it's Wikipedia, but it does have a lot of links, and I'm clicking on those links and then researching those people and researching their relationships and trying to kind of like build this web and figure out who's doing what, where's going where, who's funding who, what company owns what, where are they from, possibly I'm trying to figure out where this data could be being pulled from. I read through a lot of the technical documentation on the Wayback Machine, which is a ton. If you go into, about, and then you start looking through all of this stuff, you can find like talks about how they capture it, what they do, their partners, what this guy's been doing behind the scenes. It has all of their technical documentation in here. There is a lot to dig into. Um, but I did find a lot of really interesting stuff regarding, investing.com. Once again, Israel based investing.com. It says the company itself is registered in Cyprus, right? And it Israeli subsidiary, which I thought was kind of interesting. And then I decided I'll look into Cyprus. I didn't know much about it. And I said, did banking and finance start in Cyprus? No, banking and finance did not start in Cyprus, but the island has become a significant financial center. Okay. The origins of banking can be traced back, blah, blah, blah. The first bank in Cyprus, the Imperial Ottoman Bank, a Turkish registered bank, was the first to be established branch in Cyprus in 1863. Okay, so right here, Cyprus has become a significant financial center due to its location at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa, and its strong historical ties to the UK. Cyprus joined the EU in 2024 and has become a portal for investment between the EU and the rest of the world. Okay, why is that relevant? Once again, we go back to the fact that technically investing.com is registered in Cyprus. So they are registered, and their home base pretty much is in the one of the biggest financial centers in the world. And they're throwing this type of data at us all the time. Okay. I'm going to show you guys something I found really, really interesting with each of these currencies, and I took notes on it. I hope you do too, and maybe you guys can do some digging and help me. I'm going to go to each of these currencies really, really quick. We're going to go to the 1 minute chart. That way we can see exactly when the shift happened. Okay? Exactly when. Then we're going to correlate it with the times in those countries that the shift is happening, because I seem to have noticed that what I thought it was happening in like almost business hours or something is opening and closing or whatever, because it's not just on the weekends, right? I've showed you videos from this week in the middle of the week where the historical data shows the same stuff later in the day, right? And during the day. But the chart and the price doesn't match up. It doesn't show it. Okay, so I'm like, what is going online that is having them go back to the multiple zeros price and then something closing, like I say, like business hours, like something is happening. And then we're seeing this. So I'm trying to figure out, and I still need to do more digging in that because that is a whole separate thing in itself. But let's go into this really quick so I can keep this video hopefully short. This is the IDR. Let's start at the base of this here. Okay. So this, the base here before it goes up, it happens in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Oh, 1 minute. Happens in 1 minute. Okay. So if we go from 1457 on 11/22, which would be 257 where I am. Okay. Then at 258, still the same price. 259, it spikes. And then it's closed at 2:59. Okay. So that's almost 3 p.m. my time. All right. Let's go to the time converter. And once again, we are looking at the Indonesian rupiah. So let's go to the time converter right here. I've added all of it. Okay. What time is it over there? Heading into 5 o'clock. Okay. 5 a.m. And then I was looking here, Forex market hours in Indonesia. Okay. They're from 5 in the morning, Monday to Saturday, 5 in the morning. So is it the Forex coming online? Is it the banking system coming online? What is happening? Is it them closing? Something is going on with whatever is happening in 2 minutes, right? In 2 minutes, something happens that spikes these charts. So now let's go do the IRR. Once again, the 1 minute chart. All right. And look at the technicals. Here's another thing too. On the 1 minute chart, the technical shows us it's a buy, right? If we go to the daily chart, oh, this one shows it's a buy too. So I guess scratch that. But for the rupiah, it was different. And obviously you guys can see I'm making mistakes as I'm recording this. I don't really care if you guys see it because I'm discovering all this by myself too. So I want you guys to see that this is genuine. I'm going through this, trying to process it as I'm like literally seeing this data. But we're going to go to 1 minute here. Okay. We start once again at 257. Price is normal. 258. Price is normal. 259. The price spikes. Okay. So we have the Indonesian rupiah and the Iranian rial at 259 exactly spiking. But now let's go to the time converter, right? In Iran, what time would that be? We're heading into 1:30 in the morning. I don't know of anything that would be going on at 1:30 in the morning that would make this price spike like that, right? What's happening at 1:30 in the morning with banks or any of this stuff that would cause this spike in 2 minutes, just like the Indonesian rupiah, and then stop? Weird. Okay, let's go to the dong. Here's VND. Here we are on the minute again. This is different. Okay, and then once again you see the technicals here. I don't know why it doesn't do it for the real, but here on the technicals it shows a strong sell because it's up, you know. And then it was the IDR is a buy. All of this is a buy. Oh, here we go. The technicals. I need to change this. Look at the weekly. Strong sell. Monthly, strong sell. Daily is a buy. Weird, right? Super weird. And then even if you go into like the oscillators and stuff and the technical charts, it's the same thing. So let's go back to the IRR. We're going to go down here. This is the daily technicals, show it as a strong buy, right? And then if we go to the weekly, monthly is neutral, weekly is a buy, daily. So this is another example of data that is not compatible with what we are seeing. So we're seeing across the board, basically on the back end of their website, multiple plugins that they would need to have, multiple different data sets and everything that technically should all be the same and have the same data, right? We are seeing like tons of inconsistencies across the board, which I can't explain because it should be consistent across the board. I mean, even looking at the date, like what is this, right? What times do these happen at? But if we zoom in, they're not there. So it's like, how do we figure it out? It's only on the daily, but I can't see the actual times that these spikes are happening. But what is this? You know, very, very strange. So let's go back to the dong on the minute. Let's look at the times. Okay. This one, 11:22, 11:14 in the morning, or yeah, in the morning, 11:14 a.m., right? Then on the minute, 11:15, the same. And then the next one, the spike is at 1:15. So this one goes from 11:15 to 1:15. So not like the others that happened in 2 minutes, but this one happened over 2 hours. The spike happened. Why is that? Right? It's once again not consistent with other data that we're seeing. So let's go to the time converter. Here it is, right? And we said it was, the spike happens at 1:15 in the afternoon on the 22nd. So let's go to Vietnam. This is the afternoon time, and 1:15 on the 22nd, right here, right? So what's happening at, I guess, oh, sorry, I guess it would be my time on the 22nd. Right? 3:30? 3 in the morning? Doesn't compute. What's happening in the middle of the night that is causing these to spike? And then we have the rupiah and the rial taking 2 minutes, and we have the dong taking 2 hours. We have Indonesia, the only one lining up with 4x hours. Iran does not, Vietnam does not. So make of it what you will. I'm going to stop the video so you guys don't spend too much of your day watching this, but I just wanted to post those. I am literally like taking notes because it's so much stuff I'm needing to write down and keep track of, and it's just like I said, my brain is just not processing it. But you guys go do some digging. You guys saw me just now take a screenshot live, right? So if we go back, let's just see. I'll go here. Let's go to my web archives. And it's here now, right? It's here now. Let's go here again. Shows it, okay? It did this yesterday. I took a snapshot yesterday here. And it showed there was a snapshot on the 24th because it was like later at night. So it was the 24th somewhere else in the world, and someone else took a snapshot. It was like morning time for them, and they took a snapshot on the 24th while I was taking a snapshot on the 23rd. Both are gone. We'll go to mine just to verify that it is there. I click on it. What do you see? The snapshot shows it, okay? The snapshot shows the day's range. It shows the technicals. It shows everything. Okay, it shows the previous close was the multiple zeros. It shows the bids, the multiple zeros. Shows the asks, multiple zeros. Shows the open is at 0.40. Okay, the open was at 0.40, and the close, or 0.39, I should say, and then the close is 0.39 as well. So all of the data is here. So we'll see if it actually saves, but it's super strange that it didn't save yesterday when I did it. Super strange that these things happen in a couple of minutes, but in Vietnam it happens in 2 hours. So it's like Iran and Indonesia happen in 2 minutes, and then Vietnam happens in 2 hours. Just really, really strange data, strange inconsistencies, strange non-saving of proof, right? Because all of the other snapshots don't show it. And then the snapshots I took showing it are gone. Once again, why I am looking into all of these people. Who's this guy, right? Mystery guy, there's like nothing on him. So I'm looking into so much stuff. I'm looking into the fraternity that these guys were in, right? Considered by some as the oldest American men's college social fraternity that was established as the result of a merger of 3 separate organizations. Okay? The earliest of these organizations was formed at Princeton in 1824. Today, the fraternity has over 47,000 living alumni members from over 100 active and inactive chapters and unchartered associate chapters. Currently has about 48 active chapters. That is a lot. I mean, I'll read that again. Has over 47,000 living members from over 100 active and inactive chapters. Currently has 48 active chapters. Goes all the way back, oh my goodness, goes all the way back to Christmas Eve. What? I don't know if you guys ever watched The Ripple Riddler or Bearable Guy or anything that has to do with XRP, but Christmas was a big thing. I'm going to look it up right now just so you guys can see. let's look up Christmas posts from Bearable Guy. Okay. There was posts like these. There was the first Christmas he posted. We had Swift, Cobalt, Nostro Vostro, all of these codes. This is how I knew, I'm not exaggerating. This is the stuff that I spent. You see the research I do. I spent hours and hours and hours. This literally is what this is where I found out that XRP was going to be the reserve currency, that we were going to have a gold backed asset, that there was going to be a currency reset, that there was going to be a switch to the financial system. It sounds crazy, but this is how I knew. It was little things like the legs, having these dots. The numbers that were in here meant certain things. The dates on here, this jar, you can't see it, but it says regulations on it, right? And it's a molasses jar. Regulations are as slow as molasses. What happens when the judge's hammer slams? Regulations fall. What are we seeing happen with XRP in the SEC case? The judge's hammer is about to slam because they're about to settle or drop the case completely. What do we see here? White House, we had, the XRP night, we have the bankers printing money, we have some currencies in black, some in color, right? There was so much to always unload from these. And then there was other Christmas ones where it shows him here. We'll go here, right? There was other stuff. There's codes in all of these. There's dates. There's everything, man. This is how I learned this was going to happen. Okay. And I'm talking about 6 years ago. I was doing all of this stuff like right before COVID. And when I started investing into it, when Bitcoin had just hit like 20,000 or just under it, that's when I got into it. I pretty much got into right when we started the bear market and just was investing nonstop since then, researching all of this, following all these clues. Like there was so much stuff to unpack, and he kept posting. As we kept going, all the pictures meant different stuff, right? Santa's up here, okay? I said Christmas, right? And what did we see with this on Christmas Eve? That is really weird because that ties directly to the person who started Wayback Machine, and then Wayback Machine is scrubbing data from snapshots relating to this. So that just gave me a whole nother a whole nother rabbit hole I gotta go down now. But I mean, even this kind of breaks down, right? This breaks down what all of these different things could possibly mean. So liquidity, January, right? Christmas gifts are open and everything. If we go back to the old picture, what do we see? We see the king with a wrench trying to throw it into the plans. Christmas presents are open and everything. But the bear's not happy yet, right? He's not celebrating. He's still saying it's a secret. We got to stay quiet. But then in this Christmas one, he is celebrating. Everything's opened. It's New Year's maybe, right? He's popping bottles. Okay? You guys see where I'm getting with this. We are so close. I actually just kind of got the goosebumps a little bit because it's pretty crazy. Anyways, I hope you guys go do some research today if you have time. If you have time during this week, maybe do it. You guys should all go on there, maybe snapshot some of these yourself and then go verify and check and all of that, right? This is 117 is a big number too, which was kind of interesting, but Ripple News 11.7. Let's do that. Let's do Ripple XRP News. Was there anything? No. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed everything. I appreciate all of you. 34-minute long video. It's never short with me. I do apologize. I'm just going to stop saying it. I hope you guys stick around through the whole thing, or at least you can fast forward through it or whatever, but it is worth a watch. I promise you that. Okay. I love you guys. God bless you. Tell your family you love them. I'm going to go help my mom and my grandma decorate for Christmas, and as much as I can with my messed up rotator cuff and torn trap. probably just going to be hanging ornaments while they do the heavy lifting, um, per my doctor's orders. But I appreciate all of you guys. Love all of you. I hope your crypto bags stay full. I hope you guys are all ready. Seems like lots of big stuff is coming. So I will catch you guys on the next one, okay?